In this section of the tutorial, I want to share with you how to add sections to your PowerPoint slide. So if you add sections to your PowerPoint slides, it makes your work kind of very easy to navigate across and to look much more professional and better. Okay, during your presentation, it will be very easy for you to navigate across the presentation slides, across sections, and you can easily rearrange slides across sections and across the whole document. So creating sections actually kind of make the slides look much more fantastic and professional and easy to navigate around, and ease of sending information while you present, while you deliver your presentation. So assuming we want to consider this very slide, okay, you can see it's not just many slides, it's just about 9 slides. So let's say we want to classify the first 3 slides as introduction, okay, the second 3 slides as main body, and the last 3 slides as conclusion. To add sections to slides, first of all, let's try to look at how it's going to benefit us when we add a slide. So this is a normal slide, this is a normal view. When you come down to the bottom here, this is the normal view that we have. You can change this slide view to the list view, where you can see the slides arranged in the list form. You can click again to bring them back to the normal view, and then you can close the notes if you want. This is a normal view where you just click on a slide and you can see a preview over here at this canvas. Okay, and you can click on the next one, you can see a preview over here. The next item to the right is a slide sorter. So once you click on that, it's going to give you the entire view of the whole presentation, and you can click on any slide, double click on any slide to open it. So the slide sorter gives you an idea of the entire slides, and then you can click accordingly and then you navigate around. So very easy to have a general preview of the entire presentation, and then you can move as you wish, depending on maybe a question is being asked or you want to move to a particular slide from one slide. It's very easy, right? We'll see the basic advantage. Now we'll go back to normal slide, and then you can go to the beginning, and then at this point we would like to start by adding sections. So let's say we want to add the first section at the second slide. Let's right click on this, add a section, and call it researcher. You can see once we rename, you see it is called researcher, and by default it adds the first section at the top over here. So you have the option to just right click and rename this section, and maybe you call it introduction, okay, and just click on rename, and this picks an introduction as your first slide. So you can go to the third one. For example, this is vary your sources, so we can just right click and maybe add a section here. Maybe we call it sources. Okay, rename, and then we can come down here and take this one, right click, and then we can add, maybe organize your research. We can call this add a section, and then we can call it maybe conclusion. All right, we rename. Now we have up to about 4 sections easily. And one thing you should pay attention to is you can navigate, you can change the slides accordingly. You can rearrange the slides as you move from one within a section. You can rearrange them. Maybe the first one can be the last one, or the last one can be the first one. Easy to rearrange. And you can move your slides also to the next section. If you are starting with that, you can move the slides across sections as well. So it's very easy. Now let's look at the advantage of this that we've just done. What we have just done is we have easily simply created sections to the entire slides. So when you come to the top left over here, or far left over here, you can see we have a small collapse section. Okay, you can just click and it's collapsed. You can click and it's collapsed. You can click and it's collapsed. You can click and it's collapsed, and it makes our slides very easy to navigate across, because you can see at the introductory stage how many slides do we have, at the sources stage how many slides, and if you want to edit any section, you just come to the section, click on the arrow, and it gives us those particular slides, and we can just easily edit them accordingly and work as a whole. Once we are done with that slide, we can just click on it to collapse it. So another thing is we can come to the same slide sorter view, and you can see the way it has arranged everything. This is slide sorter view, and when we go back and maybe uncollapse everything, we can say we open all the sections, right, and we have the total 9 slides. When we come back to the slide sorter view, you can see the way it has arranged the same way. It has arranged it in the introduction, researcher, and you can see the sources, and you can see the conclusion. It has arranged it according to the sections as well. And this one also, you can play around with the slides. You can rearrange the slides also across sections or across within sections or across a section. It's very easy. You can do all that. One of the key and most important thing I would like to show us today is the function of zoom. Why we add these sections is to make our slides look much more professional. But then let me share with you a very fantastic key feature that only the people with Microsoft Office 365 subscription can have this very feature. But it's very fantastic and interesting, and it can make your work excellently connect better with your audience. So that feature is called the zoom feature. So to access the zoom feature, all you need to do is to start by coming to the insert button over here, and you can come all the way to this zoom feature. You just click on this small drop down and you can see the summary zoom, section zoom, and the slide zoom. Okay, so you can click on the summary zoom at this point, and you can see each section is ticked and is marked. The blue lines marks the beginning of each section. So you can see the beginning to each section. You can change it if you want, but at this point I think we can just go with the default one that has been selected, and we'll click on insert. And this insert a summary section at the top here. You can rename it if you want. You can change the position also if you want. You can leave it at the top, or you can bring it after the introduction. So what this means is when you enter the presentation mode, it becomes very easy to navigate across sections. So let's try to enter presentation mode to see a very simple example. So at this point, let's say we are starting at the introduction. We click on the presentation mode and we go to the summary page. So at the summary page, you can click on each slide and it will navigate to that slide. So just click on each slide and you can see how it zooms in to that particular slide. And once it finishes that section, it zooms out. Okay, it goes back to the next section, and you can click on the next one and it's going to bring you to that slide. And you can go to the next slide within that section, go to the next slide within that section, and then it will zoom out. Okay, clicking next again will bring you to the next section, and then you can go to the slides within that section, within that section, within that section, within that section, and then it will zoom out and then take you to the last section, okay, which is the fourth section, which is the conclusion section. So you can see it zooms in within the section, it goes to the next slide and then to the next slide, and once it is done, it comes out and back to the summary page. So this is very easy to kind of arrange all your work in one very slide, and then you can navigate across all the slides accordingly. So this is basically one of the key advantages of adding a section. You can do the same also on the zoom feature. You can do section zoom, you can do slide zoom also if you want. It's very easy. You can just give it a try. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a bit about how to add sections and utilize the zoom feature with the sections to enhance the professionalism of your PowerPoint presentation. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to always hit the subscribe and notification buttons to stay connected to this channel for more of our very useful videos. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.